Today the Taurus opinions section gets a flashy upgrade, so enjoy.
Number 1, the hypocrite boss. The corporate snake. The qualities that define him. The fake smile trap. He starts every morning asking, "How are you?" No, really, how are you? He looks you in the eye with that practiced "I care" expression. The safe space lie. He encourages you to loosen up or speak your mind because we're a family here. He's literally fishing for your weaknesses. The tactical memory. The second he needs a scapegoat or a reason to deny your vacation, that safe conversation you had becomes evidence against you. The paid compassion. He doesn't actually care about your burnout, he's just checking a box on his emotional intelligence performance review because he's paid to manage the human capital. The switch. 1 minute he's your work dad, the next he's dragging you by the nose for a mistake he actually authorized 3 weeks ago. He's the only person who can stab you in the back while giving you a hug and asking about your weekend.
Check it out, world's best boss. This mug and badge say it all. I run a tight ship here.
Number 2, the always victim. The professional martyr. The qualities that define her. The paycheck paradox. She's convinced her salary is 50% lower than everyone else's, despite being in the same bracket. It's not just a job, it's an economic tragedy. The transportation drama. While others are carpooling or driving, she's trapped on the bus unless she can guilt-trip a coworker into a 20-minute detour to drop her off. The self-defense offensive. She never attacks. She only defends herself against your aggression. You, could you finish this report? Her, why are you always targeting me? I'm doing my best. The 15% truth rule. If you catch her in a mistake, she'll find the 15% of the situation that wasn't her fault and use it to build a fortress of innocence. The tears on demand. She'll do things nobody asked her to do, then cry because I do so much and I'm still the villain. She doesn't want solutions, she wants a fan club for her suffering. She has the least paid leave, the most problems, and a black belt in emotional manipulation.
Защо се аз съм ощетана? Не искам да ходя с автобуса!
Number 3, the princess. The office main character. The qualities that define her. The rule breaker sees a no photos sign as a personal challenge. Her desk isn't for work, it's a studio set for her latest day in the life vlog. The main character energy. She doesn't just walk, she sings, dances in circles, and treats the hallway like a music video set. If the office isn't looking at her, she's not working. The I can't even delegation. She has a magical ability to look so overwhelmed by basic tasks that someone else, usually a saint or a friendly neighbor, ends up doing her filing for her. The chauffeur requirement. Like a true royal, she doesn't do commutes. She's always getting dropped off and picked up, usually by someone she's manipulated into a free taxi service. The red carpet dress code. She shows up in outfits better suited for a nightclub or a gala than a fluorescent-lit office, then spends the day criticizing everyone else's boring, professional attire. She thinks that a no photos sign is just a suggestion for people who aren't as photogenic as her.
Number 4, Google. The information broker. The qualities that define her. The search engine brain. She knows who is getting a raise, who is getting a divorce, and exactly who stole a yogurt from the fridge in 2022. Her database is never offline. The eye and ear protocol. She is always lurking in the crowds. You'll find her by the coffee machine, the printer, or the bathroom stalls, anywhere people might accidentally drop a secret. The data exchange. She doesn't give information away for free. She trades it. She'll tell you why the boss is grumpy today, but only if you tell her why the new girl was crying in her car. The selective empathy. She pretends to care deeply when you're venting, but she's really just indexing your trauma to share with the next person she meets. The poor manners, she has zero boundaries. She'll lean over your shoulder to check a font, but she's actually reading the email you're drafting to HR. She doesn't need an algorithm. She just needs 5 minutes of your time and a lack of personal boundaries.
Let's see what this is all about. Google needs to know all.
Number 5. The stepmother. The culinary manipulator. The qualities that define her. The lasagna tax. She doesn't cook because she likes you, she cooks to create a debt. If you eat her casserole, you are officially her Uber driver for the next 3 to 5 business days. The motherly advice trap. She offers life advice that sounds sweet but is actually a way to judge your life choices. Oh honey, maybe you're tired because you don't cook real meals. Like the ones I make for people who drive me home. The task shuffler. She's a master at dumping her workload on you by using her maternal status. You're young and fast, you don't have anything to do anyway. I have to get home to my stove. The selective sickness. She's too sick to do the boring parts of her job, but miraculously healthy enough to organize a potluck where she can show off. The emotional guilt trip. If you say no to her work, she treats it like a personal betrayal. After I brought you those cookies, I thought we were close. She'll feed you a muffin in the morning and have you doing her spreadsheets by noon. There's no such thing as a free lunch with her.
I cleaned and made you lunch, so now you owe me a ride home.
Number 6. The wind chimney. The spineless strategist. The qualities that define her. The instant pivot. She doesn't have a backbone, she has a hinge. She'll agree with you in the break room, but the moment the boss speaks, she flips her opinion mid-sentence to match theirs. The "I was just saying" defense. If she's caught on the losing side of an argument, she'll immediately claim you misunderstood her. Oh, I wasn't agreeing with that, I was just playing devil's advocate. The winning side magnet. She doesn't care about the truth, she only cares about being on the team that's winning. She'll abandon a friend in a meeting faster than a sinking ship. The noise without substance. Like a real wind chimney, she makes a lot of noise whenever there's a breeze, drama, but she never actually produces anything useful. The social camouflage. She's everyone's friend until someone becomes unpopular. Then, she's the first one to point out their flaws to stay in the inner circle. Don't bother asking for her opinion. Just check which way the boss is breathing, and you'll find her there.
This is bad. We need to go now. I know, but what if they see us? We'll deal with it. Let's go.
Number 7. The friendly neighbor. The smiling saboteur. The qualities that define them. The liberal mask. They present as the most open-minded, peace and love person in the office. They're the first to offer a hand, a hug, or a safe space to vent about your workload. The help with a price. They'll gladly help you with a project, but it's actually a reconnaissance mission. They're just looking for your mistakes so they can document them. The instant backstab. The second you walk out of the room, the smile vanishes. They'll head straight to the water cooler to whisper about how incompetent you are and how they basically had to do the whole thing for you. The concerned snitch. They don't just gossip, they weaponize concern. I'm only telling you this because I'm worried about them. They seem so overwhelmed and unable to handle the basic tasks. The social butterfly. They are friends with everyone, which is exactly why they are so dangerous. They have a 360-degree view of who to undermine next. They'll lend you a hand just to get a better grip on the knife they're about to put in your back.
Hey, still burning the midnight oil back here? Don't work too hard now.
Number 8. The Joker. The confident idiot. The qualities that define him. The IQ of a cockroach. He genuinely struggles with the simplest tasks, like the office printer or basic instructions, but he navigates life with the unearned confidence of a billionaire. The ego of a lion. He thinks he's the funniest, smartest, and most essential person in the room. He laughs the loudest at his own jokes, which usually aren't even jokes, just loud noises or insults disguised as banter. The pity verses. Laughter dilemma. You spend half your day wondering if you should report him to HR, laugh at his sheer stupidity, or just pat him on the head and give him a coloring book. The bro, culture specialist. He's always trying to start a fun office tradition that nobody wants, usually involving him being the center of attention while everyone else dies of secondhand embarrassment. The bulletproof obliviousness. You can insult him to his face, and he'll think you're flirting or playing along. He is physically incapable of feeling shame. He's got the brain of a bug and the ego of a king. You don't know whether to fire him or put him in a display case.
Best vibes ever! I'm confused, but in the best way! Keep it coming, everyone!
Number 9, Two-Face. The corporate Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The qualities that define them. The boss's pet. When the higher-ups are in the room, they are the gold standard of professionalism. They use words like synergy, alignment, and gratitude. They practically glow with helpfulness. The moment the door closes, the second the boss's footsteps fade down the hall, the transformation happens. The smile turns into a sneer, and they treat you like something they stepped on in the parking lot. The selective manners, they only say please and thank you if the person they're talking to has a director or VP in their title. If you're a peer or a subordinate, you get grunts and demands. The snitch in disguise, they'll act like your best friend to get you to complain about the company, then take those complaints straight to the boss to show how loyal they are compared to you. The gaslighter. If you call them out on their attitude, they'll go back into nice mode, so fast it'll give you whiplash, making you look like the crazy one to everyone else. They have two personalities, one for the people who sign the checks, and one for the peasants who actually do the work.
Can you believe this place? I know, right? It's chaos. Think the boss will notice? Not a chance.
Number 10. The 3XL freak. The unearned alpha. The qualities that define him. The ego-to-scale inversion, usually the least attractive person in the room, inside and out, but carries himself like he's the prize on a reality dating show. The weight class gatekeeper. He has a specific, weird obsession with judging women's appearances. If a woman is over 70 kilograms, he treats her like she's invisible or, worse, an inconvenience to his eyesight. The fragile masculinity. He compensates for his own insecurities by being a tough guy behind a keyboard. He's the first to call people snowflakes while having a meltdown because someone used his favorite stapler. The selective bully. He specifically targets people he perceives as weaker, but the second the asshole, number 20, or the hypocrite boss, number 1, walks in, he turns into a shaking pile of jelly. The aesthetic hypocrisy. He'll criticize a coworker's lunch or outfit while wearing a shirt that hasn't seen an iron or a laundry machine since the late 90s. He's got a 10-10 ego and a 110 personality, and he thinks his opinion on your weight actually matters.
This is ridiculous! XL is not a dress!
Please just stop!
It's a tent! Look at this!
Number 11, the nun. The awkward innocent. The qualities that define her. The perpetual blush, she acts like she's never heard a swear word in her life. If someone says damn, she reacts like a bomb went off. The virgin humor, she tries to be one of the gang by making jokes, but they are so painfully clunky it's like watching a robot try to learn how to flirt. The blowjob lesson energy. You know that person who tries to talk about spicy things but uses the wrong terminology and makes everyone want to crawl under their desks? That's her. It's second-hand embarrassment in a cardigan. The judgmental silence, she doesn't need to say anything to make you feel like a sinner. She just looks at your coffee/outfit/lifestyle with a "I'll pray for you" expression. The mess around fail. When she tries to mess around or prank people, it's usually just confusing or slightly insulting, followed by her getting flustered and running away. She's trying to be naughty and fun, but she's giving Sunday school teacher trying to explain Tinder.
Hey, you look nice today.
Number 12, the overtime martyr. The glow of the computer screen hero. The qualities that define him. The 7:59 p.m. stakeout, he doesn't actually work more, he just works later. He'll spend 4 hours watching YouTube so he can be the last one to turn off the lights and ensure the boss sees his car in the lot. The performance sigh, when he walks in the next morning, he makes sure everyone hears his heavy, "I only got 4 hours of sleep" sigh. He wants a trophy for a marathon he didn't actually run. The email timestamp weaponry, he purposely sends non-urgent emails at 1 a.m. just so there's a digital paper trail of his dedication. The must be nice comment, whenever you leave on time, he looks up from his desk and says, "Leaving already?" Must be nice to have a work-life balance. It's a compliment wrapped in a barbed wire insult. The empty productivity, if you actually look at his output, it's the same as everyone else's, he's just slower and noisier about it. He's not working hard. He's just waiting for an audience to witness his sacrifice.
Number 13, the corporate parrot. The human echo chamber. The qualities that define him. The 3-second delay, he never speaks first. He waits for the highest-ranking person to say something, waits 3 seconds for it to sink in, and then repeats it back in a slightly more professional tone. The buzzword generator, his entire vocabulary is made of synergy, holistic approaches, and deep dives. He has no idea what they mean, but they sound safe. The aggressive nodding. During meetings, he nods so hard you're worried he'll get whiplash, just to show he's aligned with the leadership. The zero-risk policy, he will never take a stand on anything. If you ask his opinion, he'll say, "I think we should circle back to what the boss mentioned earlier." The LinkedIn post personality, he talks like a corporate inspiration post come to life. Everything is an exciting journey and a learning opportunity, even when the building is metaphorically on fire. If the boss said the sky was neon green, this guy would be the first to compliment the refreshing new hue.
I don't have time to explain!
I don't have time to explain!
I will do it for you!
Number 14, the saint. The weaponized helpful martyr. The qualities that define him. The task thief, he'll snatch a folder right out of your hands before you can even start. Not to help you, but to take away your opportunity to succeed. The "I don't have the nerves" rebuff, when you offer to do your own job, he snaps, No. I don't have the nerves to explain it to you, I'll just do it myself. The public exhaustion, he makes sure the entire office knows he is carrying your weight. He'll walk past the boss's office carrying a stack of papers and whisper, "Don't worry, I've got your name's work covered too." The invisible sabotage, by taking your tasks, he makes you look redundant. He creates a world where you look lazy and he looks like a candidate for canonization. The "I'm fine" lie, when asked if he needs help, he says "I'm fine" with the voice of a man who is being crucified. He wants the pity, not the assistance. He'll steal your work just so he can complain about how much work he has. He's not a savior, he's a credit stealer.
I don't have time to explain. I will do it for you. All right, let's get this sorted.
Number 15, God. The infallible architect. The qualities that define him. The first triflex, he completes complex tasks in record time and looks at you like you're an ancient caveman struggling to understand fire. It's just logic, he says, as if he personally coded the universe. The death of empathy, he genuinely cannot fathom why anyone else finds work hard. If you have a question, he doesn't explain, he just sighs and says, "It's self-explanatory." The Excel evangelist. His spreadsheets are so complex they could probably run a space station. If your formatting is off by 1 pixel, he views it as a sin against his creation. The "just do it" mentality, his advice is always uselessly high level. How do I fix this error? Just don't make the error next time. Thanks, Zeus. The judgmental silence, he doesn't yell. He just stares at your screen with a look of profound disappointment, as if he's wondering how you survived into adulthood without his superior intellect. He doesn't have coworkers, he has disciples who aren't meeting his divine standards.
I do it on the first try.
What's taking you so long?
Patience is a virtue.
Ugh, whatever.
Number 16, the quiet one. The corporate ghost. The qualities that define her. The internal screaming. She sits perfectly still, but if you looked into her eyes, you'd see a woman calculating the exact number of seconds until her retirement, or the weekend. The where am I? Days. She's the only one who sees the madness for what it is. While the princess, number 3, is dancing and the joker, number 8, is yelling, she's staring at a stapler wondering, how did I end up in this circus? The invisible presence. She has perfected the art of being active on Slack while being mentally on a beach in Fiji. The vault of secrets, because she doesn't talk, everyone tells her their secrets. She knows everything about Google, number 4, and Two-Face, number 9, but she's too tired to even bother gossiping. The exit strategy, she always has her bag packed and her coat on the chair 10 minutes before the clock hits 5 o'clock. She vanishes like a ninja the second the bell rings. She's not antisocial. She's just an observer in a zoo where the cages are made of cubicles.
Number 17, the party animal. The professional procrastinator. The qualities that define him. The coffee break catalyst. It doesn't matter if you're in the middle of a crisis or a deadline. He'll pop his head in, who's ready for a quick espresso? Come on, you look stressed. The office wanderer. He spends 15% of his day at his desk and 85% roaming the halls looking for vibes. The weekend warrior. Monday is for recovery, Friday is for pre-gaming. He's the one trying to turn a boring Tuesday meeting into a happy hour. The productivity vampire. He's high energy, which means he sucks the focus out of everyone else in the room. He thinks he's boosting morale, he's actually just delaying lunch. The selective deafness. If you say, I'm busy, he hears, please stay here and tell me a 20-minute story about your cousin's boat. He treats the office like a pre-game for a party.
It's coffee time! Let's party! We have deadlines! This is chaos! I can't handle this!
Number 18, the rebel. The corporate contrarian. The qualities that define them. The policy fighter. If the company handbook says, must wear shoes, they'll show up in flip-flops just to start a debate about. Personal expression. The better way, expert. No matter how simple the task, they have a 20-minute presentation on why the current system is flawed and why their unproven, chaotic method is superior. The argumentative spirit. They don't just disagree, they interrogate. Why are we doing this report? Who asked for it? Is it ethically aligned with my personal brand? The I don't take orders attitude. They view every request from a manager as an act of oppression. They aren't an employee. They're a political prisoner of the 9 to 5. The inefficiency king. They spend so much time fighting the work that they could have finished the work 3 times over. They spend 40 hours a week fighting the system and 0 hours a week actually doing their job.
Why do we need to do it that way? I don't want to! This makes no sense!
Number 19, the president. The unappointed CEO. The qualities that define them. The rulebook fetish. They carry the company policy around like a holy text. If the stapler is moved 2 inches to the left, they have a literal meltdown. The change obsessed. They are constantly proposing, restructuring, plans for departments they don't even work in. They truly believe the firm would be a Fortune 500 company if they were just given the keys. The management shadow. They follow the actual managers around, nodding and offering add-ons to their instructions to make themselves look like they're part of the leadership team. The micromanager peer. They aren't your boss, but they act like it. They'll check in on your progress and suggest You change your font to something more presidential. The frustrated ambition. Every day is a struggle because they know they are a leader of men, trapped in a cubicle meant for a follower. They have the authority of a junior clerk and the ego of a world leader.
Our CEO sucks. Choose me instead. I'm the better choice for this company. Let's make a change. Our CEO sucks. Choose me instead. I've had enough of these regulations. Vote for me!
Number 20, the asshole. The final boss of the office. The qualities that define him. The volume control defect. He doesn't talk, he barks. His default setting is aggressive and his secondary setting is offensive. The insult architect. He has a way of calling you stupid without using the word, usually by questioning your basic motor skills or upbringing in front of a crowd. The protected predator. Everyone hates him, but management tolerates him because he's either been there since the building was built or he's the only one who knows how to fix a specific, ancient server. The fearmonger. He uses intimidation as a productivity tool. People don't work hard for him because they respect him. They work hard because they don't want to be the target of his next 10 a.m. outburst. The zero apology policy. Even when he's 100% wrong, he'll find a way to blame you for not anticipating his mistake. He's the reason people quiet quit. He's not a coworker. He's a workplace hazard that doesn't come with a warning sign.
You're stupid! You can't do anything right!
So all this is a product of a very shitty day I had today. So instead of lashing out on social media like I usually do to vent, I made this in hopes of helping all those who feel like they are suffocating having to deal with some or all of these 8 hours a day, 5 days, or more a week. Hang in there, you are not alone. If you like it, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Darn, I feel better already. You?